What's up? Got a Twosun here. Let's see if it'll spin first. Yeah, a little bit. I don't know. Hey, let's get it out of this box. Check it in. Check it out. Yeah, look at this one. So this is a newer model. We're gonna bump it to the front of the line. Get a look at it. That way, I believe it's still available. So I don't know. We'll take a hard look at it, and if it help you make a decision to take a run at one, then man, that's a good thing. Get a preemptive look at the knife a little bit through the video. We're gonna go ahead and check it in proper. We'll take it apart, clean it up, tune it if necessary, and then we'll finish checking it in, or finish checking it out, see what we think of the knife. All right. Well, what is it? Can we get it out of here? Looks like it's a front flipper only. Ooh, nice blade, man. Look at that. I'm a fan. Nice stone wash on this blade. What's a steel? 14C. It is a Ts481 in 14C. Utilizator. I don't know. I think that's what it says. The logo. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's check this action. It's got a bolster lock here. Ooh, pretty smooth, man. Yeah, no back flipper. The fuller, I don't know. I think it's front flipper only. Let's get it. Ooh. Yeah, it's a little tight. Yeah, there ain't none of that happening. Or that. Front flipper only, and man, it's already ripped me twice. Whew, detent stiff. There it is. And I'm not locking myself out because I can't get to it. I'm gonna pay attention to where we're at here on this lineup. I may have to tune this because man, is that stiff. I'm not enjoying running that. I'm red here, sore already. Pretty stiff. Let me move that out of the way. Yeah, the blade's free, but ooh, is that detent stiff. All right, I see where we're at. Hey, we're going to take it apart. We're not going to run that action no more because, ooh, it's killing my thumb. Let's get it apart, man. We'll get a good look at everything. It's got this micarta inlays, kind of cool. Looks like 2 screws only. And we should come apart now based on what I'm seeing. Maybe something underneath. Nope. Yeah, so the lockup on this was over there. So there's a little bit of room, not a lot. But the knife is, it's not a pleasure to run right now. So I may have to tune that. Look at this. There's a little collar there for the opposite side of the pocket clip. Interesting. And the micarta scales are screwed in. I'm going to pull this side to see if there's a bunch of oil underneath there. If there is none, then I may not pull the other side. Yeah, it's completely full of oil. So I'm going to pull both sides. Get this collar out for sure. Because, yeah, look at all the oil under there. And unfortunately, man, if you don't get that oil out of there, it's going to come out. It's going to come out in your hand when you're squeezing the knife. So this side's got to come. It's got some skeletonizing going on in here, as well as obviously for the inlay. Well, and there's no oil under this one. Look at that. But I do want to pull this lock. Yeah, there's plenty of oil under that collar. I want to pull this lock. I'm going to try to take a little bit off that detent because, man, was that stiff. Not fun. NF. Yeah, there's plenty of oil under there too. I mean, this is just a good example of a knife that, you know, disassembly and clean up is going to make a difference here for sure. All right, I got to bend this just a little bit, but I'm going to wipe it off first. So if I hold it flat, I got a reference point. So I'm going to use some pliers and some towel because I don't want to mar it up. And there's no way I'm going to be able to bend that by hand. Way too stiff. Let's see where I'm at. Looks about the same. I think I'm gonna take a little more. Might be able to do it by hand. Yeah. There we go. It changed slightly, which is all I want. I didn't want to take a lot. I'm trying to relieve some of that tension on there so I can function that by hand. I shredded my thumb a couple of times. It's got internal stop pins. Nice, big, wonderful piece of 14C, big, flat grind. That knife should be plenty slicey. Let's get all this oil up out of here. Another, I mean, on the surface right now, another really cool Twosun model. Very neat. I mean, this always kind of stuns me. Like, if you don't disassemble these Twosuns, what do you just leave all that oil in there, I guess? And then when you grab the knife, it leaves an oily residue in your hand. Like, it seems mandatory to me to have to take these apart and wipe them down. Pretty rare that it's not all oily. But that's a lot of knives. It's not just a Twosun thing. I mean, I get a lot of knives in, because I take them all apart, but I get a lot of different knives that are oily, dirty, all kinds of different stuff going on that leave me going, God, how could you not take that apart and clean that up, deal with that? I mean, My first knives were hunting knives, and I never got a new knife and just put it on and went hunting. You know what I mean? Like I checked it to see how sharp it was. I might have honed it, stropped it up, or sharpened it. You know, I most likely, if it had a leather sheath, I took mink oil and rubbed the sheath down, waterproofed it, made it more supple. I don't think it's strange what I do at all. It seems like the perfect thing to do. The only way it seems strange is for like content providers to do it. If you're just catch and release on these pieces, well, yeah, it doesn't make much sense to tune them up. And a lot of these I am catch and release right now, so it doesn't make much sense for me to tune up a knife that I'm just gonna purge out. But I guess that's if you're picking up a purge piece, that's part of the deal, is that I checked it into the channel, which is a process. And if I'm purging it, it went through that process. Process. I can't even speak, man. All right, what do we got here? I guess I could put the scale in. I could do a little better job at cleaning this out, though. Kind of like this brown micarta. It's pretty cool. It looks like the burlap stuff, but then upon closer inspection, it's not quite that. I think it's that, but this is a little better version of that. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty nice stuff. All right, let's get a collar in and a pivot pin. There we go. And it was this and a collar on this side. Interesting. I don't think I have another Twosun that's got that collar like that down here. Pretty cool. All right. It's coming together. Put just a dab of oil in that track for the detemp ball. The scale's nice and light. I'm going to leave that scale off because if I went too far relieving that lock tension, I'm going to have to take this back off, put a little tension in it, so I don't need to redo the assembly on every piece of this knife. I wonder if I can check it without putting that pocket clip on. I mean, it's way different. Wow, is that different? Look at that. Got to check it, make sure it doesn't fail. That's good. All right, let's put the pocket clip and the scale on. Scale's got to go first for sure. I got to tighten the scale from inside. I did get ahead of myself. It's inevitable, man. Watch any video, you'll see it. Okay. Goober. Definitely want to be careful not to over tighten that. All right. So this pocket clip, I mean, not a huge fan because it doesn't have one straight line. It's basically a circle. And it does have the little detent ball that's helping to position that. But in the end, I mean, you put enough tension sideways on this, and this pocket clip could definitely start to rock. One of the redeeming things is the detent ball and the fact that it's recessed into titanium. You know, it's a titanium clip recessed into titanium. So, I mean, as long as that screws tight, this thing will probably last forever, but it's not the best design. Now, let's check that action again. Make sure that we don't fail. Yeah, we're good. But wow, is that different? Look at that. Ooh. There, I can get it. I'm going to Spidey flick it now, too. Man, does that fall shut now. Wow. Look at it. It's a guillotine. All right, let's get rid of the tools and such. I mean, let's check this action. I don't want to be critical of it, but I mean, it's scary smooth now. And like I said, guillotine. I mean, it's an A action, 100%. Blade centered, you know. I mean, it's just, the fuller's kind of awkward. The front flipper's perfect now. Just run the thumb up and over. Spidey flick. Yeah. It's just such a small, like, I mean, if they'd added 1/4 of an inch to that. Wow. Man, does it run now, though? Ooh. Ergonomics. So, you know, there's not so confident, confident, very confident. This is going to come up short of a confident grip. And the reason being is that there's nothing really holding my hand back. Pretty good jimping here. Wonderful platform for the thumb. You can see it's arced and just a perfect perch for the thumb. But again, it's not combat jimping, so I can put pressure down and run through it. It does aid in giving a good grip on the knife. But if I was to go forward with this knife and meet resistance, there's a good chance that my hand would come up and over the blade and go forward. Yeah, it's not going to hold me back in there. So because of that, it's going to be short of a confident grip. But, speaking of comfort, though, wow, is that comfortable in the hand? Really nice. And then, of course, it's got this for sliciness. You can get up on that tip, the belly. I mean, pocket clip disappears back here. Really nice. Very comfortable. The reverse grip is really solid. Now this is confident back here. I can cap that with my thumb. Feel very confident with this action. And yeah, this will allow a pical grip, so I can even go here and stab down like this. Really, if I wanted to put pressure down and like create a hole, you know, yeah, wonderful grip there. Let's check the pocket clip. I think it's going to be fine. It's got good ramps both ways. Yeah, look at nice profile. It's got that bead blast titanium look. Good tension. Reasonable retention. I think it could use more tension on this clip, which is just about every Twosun clip lately. But I'm going to go ahead and put tension on it. Okay, so I got a little extra tension on there. You can hear it click on the way out now. Yeah, so it's holding better, so I like it. Let's check for safety, see if we've got any blade exposure. So I cannot touch the blade, and I can't get the tip. So the clip is good, the tip is good, and I don't have any concerns about incidental blade contact when the knife is closed. When it's like this, I can put my hands all over this. I'm not concerned about making blade contact. Yeah, very nice. I wonder if that wonderful tall flat grind blade is as sharp as it looks, because man, it looks really sharp to me. I mean, it's just a tad toothy, but ooh, is it sharp. I mean, I'm gonna hit it with a strop just briefly, not a lot of work, just a couple of passes. Try to match that angle up. Get a couple of passes. Whew. And then I want to run it on this wood in case there's any stubborn chads there. Any hanging chads. And then we'll run it one more time. Let's check it. Let's check it. Check it. Check it out, man. All right, there's that piece. See if we can get another piece. Here we go. Going in. Oh, yeah. Wonderfully sharp. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Price and availability, man. Let's break it down. The reason it got bumped to the front of the line is because I believe there's current auctions running. But I'm going to check on that. It's a Ts481 and 14C. Where are they? What do we got to pay for them? Okay, so this Ts481 is similar to the Ts471 in that DWin currently has live auctions going for this knife. And the sixleaf seller has a buy it now price of $119. These are currently selling, looks to be averaging $70 to $90, just like the Ts471. Both titanium knives, both with 14C. Yeah, so very similar. I mean, I would expect to be $40 to $90. And I would definitely search to be on the lower side of those numbers. Yep. Ts481, and it's not yet available at White Mountain Knives. So, yep, they don't show it as in inventory. Anyways, I appreciate y'all watching. Pretty cool piece.